What's going on, everybody? I hope you guys are all having an okay Thursday. Tons of information to get into. Actually, some pretty interesting information to get into from the Bank for International Settlements, which certainly ties in with Mojaloop, which certainly ties in with Ripple, ties in with the Interledger Protocol. Interledger Protocol, as we know, doesn't have to tie in with XRP, but I'll show you, essentially some World Bank trials that maybe you haven't seen that does tie it in. And yeah, I want to just hop in. Also, the Parliament in the UK basically talking about regulating and utilizing digital assets. Just a lot to get into today. First, I wanted to start with this Hashpack wallet. Breaking news. Phase 1 staking. So this is native HBAR staking. Will be going live today. I think it's live on browser. I'm not sure if it's live within the Chrome application yet. But you'll be able to select a node to stake your balance to. There will be no rewards until phase 2. And yes, you will be able to select a node to stake in Hashpack. More details. HBAR is not locked up. Full balance automatically staked. You can stop staking or switch nodes at any time. Ledger will not be supported at launch, but they are working on Ledger integration as well, which is gigantic, obviously. And Coinman, the HBarbarian, got to give this dude a shout out on a consistent basis. This is Atma.io. Platform is going to be upgraded in a matter of weeks, if not days, with the writing of 22 billion items to Hedera Hashgraph. Essentially will begin. Some items will trigger 20 events, which is up to 440 billion HBAR transactions. Carbon tokens available in Q3 of this year. So in any doubt as to how many HBAR transactions will be passing on to the Hedera mainnet shortly, he posts a video of Trump saying billions and billions and billions. This is very, very big, obviously, as well. All right, so this is what I want to get into today. Interlinking payment systems and the role of APIs, a framework for cross-border payments. This is a report to the group of 20. This just came out, I think, a day or two ago from the Bank for International Settlements. I'm not going to read through the whole thing here. It's 53 pages long. I'm going to try to give you the highlights. One of the highlights is harmonizing API protocols for data exchange. Now, Action 1, Tech Sprint or Technology Sprint, to identify new applications of ISO 20022 and APIs for data exchange to enhance cross-border payments. And it's talking about leveraging ISO 20022, APIs, etc. This tech sprint was completed in March of 2021. Now, the hackathon information is right here. Bank for International Settlements Innovation Hub and SWIFT, this is last year, announcing the winners of the ISO 20022 hackathon. The winners were chosen by a panel including experts from the Bank of England, the Committee on Payments and Market Infrastructures, DBS Bank, the European Central Bank, the Federal Reserve, Innovate Finance, New Payments Platform in Australia, Payments Canada, SWIFT, and Swish out of Sweden. Atomic Wire won, Virtusa and AWS won. Mojaloop won specifically for its solution of, and this might sound familiar to you all, bridging the last mile, bringing cross-border payments to users in emerging market economies who rely on mobile money transfer systems. You can see, obviously, the verbiage doesn't fall too far from the tree. Obviously, Ripple, the last mile payments playbook. This came out, I think it was like late last year. You can see right here, too, from Mojaloop's site, the ISO 20022 hackathon submission. Now, you can go to read more, and it basically just, it's telling you it's via the Interledger Protocol right here. This was also through Dwala to an extent as well. Now, if you're not aware, Mojaloop was designed in collaboration with Ripple, Dwala, Modusbox Software Group, and Crosslake Technologies. The Mojaloop API designed in collaboration with Ericsson, Huawei, Mahindra, Telepin, open source, etc., etc. Now, if you get into this Mojaloop executive briefing here, interoperable cross-border payments, Interledger Protocol. But if you really look into Interledger Protocol, I mean, we know that Ripple is tied in with Mojaloop, from the get-go. And then just announcing that CBDC initiative probably about a month ago with the, I think, Monetary Authority of Singapore as well. What I find really interesting is that, the Interledger Protocol doesn't have to utilize XRP, but if you look back through some previous case studies, and maybe you've seen this, maybe you haven't, this is from the World Bank. This is blockchain interoperability. World Bank Group Tech and Innovation Lab. They do mention Stronghold, which is interesting, and it's a dead link when you try to click on the link. That's interesting. It talks about the Gates Foundation, Mojaloop, Project Stella Phase 3, etc., etc. But with Interledger Protocol in particular, the World Bank certainly trialing XRP, certainly trialing Ethereum. Interledger is an open protocol, originally inspired by the Internet Protocol for sending payments across various blockchain networks. It enables the exchange of value across different payment networks. Using Interledger, the XRP can be sent to someone who wants to receive ETH, or USD can be sent to someone who wants to receive euros. Interledger routes packets of value, etc., etc. Nodes can take one or more of the following roles: sender, router, and receiver. You can talk about the Interledger nodes examples, which is showing Ethereum, it's showing XRP, it's showing Bitcoin, the yen, USD, and the euro. So for us to think that these organizations aren't trialing digital assets, during a lot of these sandbox events, that we can't publicly see. We can see the public end of them when they announce results. It's just very interesting to me. This is talking about the team tried to run 3 Interledger nodes connected to 2 blockchain testnets. So they did this on the Ethereum and the XRPL. It's increasingly interesting to me. And even further from that, the Interledger protocol aspects tying into that Project Phoenix out of the Horizon 2020 European smart grid type stuff, providing a cyber shield around the entire smart grid of the EU. There's some deep undergoings here. Now, I found this as well today. This looks like it was a study put together from a research group, but it's actually really interesting, and I'll share this with you guys. Take it with a grain of salt to an extent. But talking about hypothetically how this would all work, Interledger Protocol family and ISO 20022 ecosystem, they updated this July 24th. They do have IOTA in here, they have Ripple, they have ILP, they have XRP, R3, Corda, which ties into XinFin. Trace Financial ties into XinFin, which ties into Swift. You've got XDC, TradeFinex, JP Morgan, Circle, Algorand, Accenture, Consensus, SAP. Massive hitters. So this was actually a really interesting, very, very interesting chart. Again, take this with a grain of salt. I will share this for you guys. And last but not least, you can even go as early as the W3.org hosted a discussion around Interledger Protocol, which adoption strategy. It has ILP, and then it has micropayments, digital assets such as XRP and Ethereum. Blockchains, Hyperledger Quilt, Mojaloop, which is mobile money, banks, which they're calling Ripple a bank, central banks, which is the Bank of England. And I have to give a shout out to AutoFen. I didn't even know. I don't even think anybody follows this guy or girl. I don't even know. But they DM'd me and sent me this. Did I see this? And I said no. But this is a financial services and markets bill that came out yesterday. This is out of the UK Parliament. You tell me what this sounds like, okay? This is talking about digital settlement assets, extending Part 5 of the 2009 Banking Act, power to make regulations. The Treasury may, by regulations, make such provision as they consider appropriate for the purpose of or in connection with the regulation of payments that include digital settlement assets. Now, it talks down here. In this section, digital settlement asset means a digital representation of value or rights, whether or not cryptographically secured, that can be used for the settlement of payment obligations, can be transferred, stored, or traded electronically, and uses technology supporting the recording or storage of data, which may include distributed ledger technology. They're talking about cryptocurrencies, ladies and gentlemen, that are operating on DLTs or distributed ledgers or operating on blockchains, and this is directly from the Parliament of the UK. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Thursday, or if it's Friday, whenever you end up watching this, same thing. I'll talk to you guys when I talk to you. Bye.